Good evening. We have 6 more confirmed cases today. 4 are family members of the 2 people who are residents of Mangur, who we spoke about yesterday. 4 more of that family and 2 neighbors of that family who came in contact with them. So 6 more confirmed cases. Our cured cases are 13. 7 actually were declared cured yesterday after the press conference. We got the results later on in the evening. It was almost 8:39 by the time we got the results. Plus 6 more have been declared cured today. So 13 are the cured cases. So this brings our active number of cases to 22. Today we sent 1,598 samples for testing and we received 1,696 reports. We have around 900 test reports awaited. 19 people are in isolation, hospital isolation. 373 people have been quarantined. In today's domestic flights, we have 136 passengers who have come. I will request my colleague to speak and then I need to speak about something very important, but I would first request.
Hi, good evening, and total number of people who have left Goa so far is 91,776. As compared to people who have come in is 13,207. So far 46 trains have left. In trains 64,155 people have left. Today one train was planned to go to Jharkhand, and so far on enforcement activities is concerned, since the lockdown has begun, we have made an arrest of 1,435 people. Vehicle seized is 487 and total FIR is 789. Fresh speeding cases have been booked is 112 as compared to the previous time I briefed you. So total number is 8,545, and people who have been booked for not wearing the mask is 21,136. The addition of 1,001 compared to the previous briefing. Thank you.
What I wanted to highlight using this press conference is that a very unfortunate set of events happened at the Dabolim airport since past midnight yesterday when the Vande Bharat flight from Dubai landed. It had passengers, most of them were of course from Goa. We had some passengers from Maharashtra and Karnataka. They were around 155 passengers in total. Now, when these passengers reached Dabolim airport, they immediately started raising a hue and cry that they will not go to paid institutional quarantine and that they want to go to their homes. This created a very, very unpleasant situation at the airport. In fact, their behavior is violative of a whole lot of clauses that have been laid down under the MHA guidelines, under the MEA guidelines. It is very regrettable that this type of behavior was exhibited by our brothers and sisters who came back from Dubai. We were here to welcome and receive them. But because they went back on their commitment, which they had duly signed and given at the time of boarding the flight in Dubai, we had a completely avoidable set of circumstances. The reason why we really feel very saddened by this is because there were pregnant ladies in that group, there were children in that group. A procedure which would have taken hardly 1.5 hours went on continuously for 6-7 hours only because of the reluctance of these passengers who came to abide by the same rules and regulations that they had signed on an undertaking that they would abide by. Let me read out the guidelines of the Ministry of Home Affairs in their standard operating protocol for movement of Indian national standard outside the country, dated 5th May 2020. I go to clause number 8. It is very clearly mentioned, and I quote, "Before boarding, all travellers shall give an undertaking that they would undergo mandatory institutional quarantine for a minimum period of 14 days on arrival in India at their own cost." This is very much part of the Ministry of Home Affairs protocol. This is nothing specific to Goa. It is followed across the country. I would also like to read out from the undertaking that each and every individual who boards a Vande Bharat flight has to give at the airport to the embassy officials before they board the flight. There are some details, valid Indian passport and all of that, but I go to clause number 3. I am also willing to undergo a 14 days mandatory quarantine on my arrival in India at my own expense as per the protocols framed by the Government of India. This is an undertaking which is signed with the name, passport number, mobile and email ID by each and every person who boards the flight. So the arguments and the altercation which happened in the airport was completely unacceptable. In fact, as I already mentioned, it is a violation not only of these guidelines that I have mentioned, but also of the Disaster Management Act, because this type of disturbance to the smooth flow of the passengers who have come and to our own process of taking their swabs and then sending them to the hotels that they themselves had chosen is really unacceptable. Furthermore, I would like to mention that each time we get intimation of such a flight, this of course was Goa's first Vande Bharat flight, but every time there is a major flight coming, even of seafarers, immediately there's a WhatsApp group which is created with our senior officers present on it. The same thing was done this time also. A WhatsApp group was created about 2 to 3 days prior to their journey. They were intimated about the details, the protocol to be followed, what would happen once they reach here in Goa, that their swabs would be taken, that there would be the counters put up there for their facilitation. Everything was explained, and that they would have to choose a hotel of their choice and go on paid institutional quarantine to those particular centers. Despite this type of behavior was displayed at the airport, and the government has taken very serious note of this, and these type of instances really demoralize us when the government is putting in efforts to facilitate the coming back of our brothers and sisters, when they do not extend the cooperation that they know that they have to extend and they're duty bound and legally bound to extend. It really creates a very completely avoidable situation and unnecessary turmoil and difficulties for their own co-passengers. So this was one point that I wanted to mention. Secondly, I have made this appeal yesterday, but I'm repeating this appeal. We know that Mangur Hills area of Vasco in South Goa has been declared as a containment zone. I had made an appeal yesterday that if there are any persons who are experiencing any type of symptoms, they should come forward and get in touch with our PHC so that we can give them proper advice and guidance and take the necessary steps. Today, of course, we have taken about 200 samples. Today, from Mangur Hills alone, we have collected around 200 samples. We have focused on the immediate vicinity of the house which had the residents positive. Some more of them have confirmed positive today I've announced to you. So starting from that house, we have done our the testing activities, drawing of the samples, and we have expanded further. We have tried to cover the high risk category of people, elderly, the expecting mothers, or anyone who has any comorbidity condition, and their tests will keep going on. We will be continuously doing this process now as long as this particular area remains a containment zone. Thank you.
So finally, they went for quarantine, paid quarantine.
Yes, finally they did.
Ma'am, any action will be taken against
The government has taken very serious note of this type of behavior which was exhibited, and I've read out to you how it was clearly violative of the MHA's guidelines as well as provisions of Disaster Management Act.
in future, if anybody else is coming from other stranded Goans, will there be any additional guidelines in wake of this?
We only want these guidelines to be properly abided by. The very commitment that they are giving when they board the flight, we expect them to be following those same guidelines.
Ma'am, again, to make sure that they don't create such nuisance again at the airport when they come back, is there anything you're going to do?
I hope and pray that at least some of them would get to know about this incident, and they would understand for themselves that it was completely avoidable. We expect them to act responsibly. Whoever comes, we are more than willing to welcome them. We had made all facilitation at the airport. Everything possible was done, put in place. We would have ensured that they had boarded the buses in 1.5 hours from the time of their arrival. As and when the swabs were taken, we had organized enough buses for carrying them, but the entire process got delayed. We just hope and pray that this type of situation is not repeated due to unruly behavior.
Ma'am, this affidavit which you're talking about,
Yes.
the undertaking, are you going to make anything tighter as far as any legal repercussions?
This is not an undertaking that Government of Goa has framed.
Yeah.
It is an undertaking by the Ministry of Home Affairs.
But since Goa is the place where they land, are you going to send any suggestions?
They are
to
landing,
tighten-
Vande Bharat passengers are landing all across the country.
But this type of incident happened here.
I am aware of this incident because this happened here in Goa. We are going to go strictly as per the protocol laid down by the ministry and the guidelines laid down by the
But
ministry.
you're not going to send any recommendation to be tightened up as far as undertaking is concerned, I'm talking about, before they leave.
I don't see how this undertaking can be further tightened. It is a very clear undertaking in very simple language. I don't see that that there is any need to change the undertaking. What is required to be changed is the attitude and the approach of the people who are boarding the flights.
Like legal affidavit, if not you're liable for some.
That goes without saying. All these guidelines are covered by the National Disaster Management Authority's powers. Whatever MHA has issued after the lockdowns began are all under the aegis of the National Disaster Management Act. So it will automatically get covered by legal provisions.
So such acts are not amount to be this violation of central protocol.
Sorry?
Such acts means they, the way they have acted as per
Violated the central
violation of
Mm.
central protocol.
Of course, definitely, because they created a situation where we were not able to facilitate the smooth movement of the passengers out, and they refused to move to institutional quarantine. It was with a lot of effort and the active involvement of SP South Goa and the local administration that we were finally able to get them to understand. But that took so many hours. They were just very, very reluctant.
I saw
Ma'am, as per the video, they were actually abusing the person who were on the car.
I will not comment any further because all of you have seen the video for yourself.
Are you planning any police action?
See, I have mentioned that government has taken very serious note of this incident that has happened. So I will not comment any further than that as of now.
just
Any
from a-
flights expected today, ma'am?
Flight, you mean of
Yeah, Vande
passengers
Bharat.
from abroad?
Vande Bharat.
Not under Vande Bharat, but yes, we have a flight coming in from Sri Lanka. There are seafarers who are flying in from Sri Lanka. That is information as per the airport director. Last time also it was scheduled, but it really did not happen. So it may be subject to a whole lot of other things like weather conditions. But as of now, we do have an intimation from the airport director.
Ma'am, there is one complaint. People are saying that there are some seafarers, like on the merchant navy, they want to join the ship now.
Mhm.
And the thing is, they are not getting COVID negative certificate from the GMC.
GMC is not the facility which is going to be giving them the COVID negative certificate. We have a private lab which has multiple collection centers.
But they are not giving the time because they have to get 48
In that
hours.
case, yes, in that case, whoever is approaching, we have given some certificates from our Hospicio Hospital in South. I'm aware of that. So again, you see, our priority right now is not the sign-on of seafarers. Our priority is to see that the people who need to be tested within the state are tested on priority. Having said that, when they are in a need, we have held out. We have issued such certificates. But GMC is not the place because GMC is just not the place where we can start now issuing sign-on COVID negative certificates.
MAPSA, ma'am, MAPSA, any that Vellakang, any progress, anything further on that?
What are you referring
Some
to?
family of
Three
three is
cases.
supposed to have come.
Yes, there was a suspected case over there. 3 suspected cases. They have all been tested negative, and this was false news that they had absconded. We had taken them to our quarantine facility. They were very much there with us, but I think there was some attempts to create this rumor that they had absconded. That was not true. They have all tested negative today.
Negative.
All 3 of them.
Well, yesterday you said that inquiry was on about tracing the travel history of this family from Mongolia. So any
Our inquiries are still on, but so far we have not been able to establish a clear travel link. The people who have got infected in Vasco, I mentioned to you, of course, my majority are family members, that family as a whole, plus the neighbors. They have clear contact with this family, which is positive.
one police constable from Kolwa, it is the same from
Police constable from Kolwa, definitely it is not proper to name, designation, etc. Therefore, I will desist from that. We have to maintain the confidentiality of the patient. But there was a concern, you are right, there has been testing. One of the members of the family is connected to the police force.
200 swabs collected now, swabs of 200
Yes.
persons, but that test report not yet.
Going on. It is going on as we speak because the collection and then the TruNat screening, the confirmatory, all of it is going on as we speak.
In total, how many people will be tested there?
That will depend on our analysis of the data. Once we get confirmations, then according to that we will take a call. But all efforts are being put in. Tomorrow also from early morning we will start the process of swab collection again. So this process will go on till we are satisfied that we have tested sufficient numbers.
Ma'am, does the government have the information about this population in that area?
We do have the analysis because we also did a house-to-house survey, you would recollect. So we do have data with us. Furthermore, the local administration is very well aware of the numbers that we are dealing with. Yes.
What is the total number of people you are looking at Mongolia? That
In terms of the
no,
population?
in the containment area.
We have declared entire Mangor Hills area as a containment zone as a matter of abundant caution, as I mentioned. So the population, roughly speaking, is around 1,700 to 2,000. But that is entire Mangor Hill. The
Yeah,
full
this is-
Mangur Hill
yeah,
area.
Yeah, this is I think
Now,
over Mangur
now,
area.
when you do a containment zone strategy, what you do is you start from a focal point and then you expand outwards. You have cordoned off the area from outside. Then when you test, you start from a focal point and then you start expanding outwards. So today, as I already mentioned, our focus has been on this particular house, its location, the neighboring houses, as well as the comorbidity or high risk factors in the vicinity. So that is how we came to this swab collection number of 200 for today. But we are continuing tomorrow, and as I mentioned, we will keep continuing till we are assured that we have enough data to.
Ma'am, these people in this area, many of them are from doing menial jobs or working in factories. So one person in the fish business and all that. So any tracing is going on because they may be working in people's houses. Or
Well, since yesterday it is a containment zone, nobody is allowed to move out or go in. But yes, there are some people who are coming up to us saying that they suspect that they have had some contact. Whoever is coming forward, we are testing them. Whoever is coming forward with the concern that they seem to have had some type of contact with somebody from Mangur Hill. When that concern is being expressed, we are definitely doing the tests.
working, where these people who are working, like shipyard has already given a direct, like that, have you
Yes.
been checking the employers of these people?
Wherever we are getting a clear lead and information, we are definitely following it up. Now it is also up to people to come forward if they know for sure that their employees or they themselves have come into contact. They are most welcome to approach us. We will do the testing.
But these people will get scared, no? They might lose their job if they are.
Why should they lose their job? We have been saying right from the beginning not to ostracize socially the people who are even confirmed positive. I think our doctor who's taking care of the COVID positive patients, Dr. Edwin Gomes, it could not be put more succinctly by him than he did in his interaction with Doordarshan. He has mentioned exactly why we should not ostracize. In his interviews also he has said, we have all been saying Government of India's campaigns are there. There is absolutely no need for ostracization. This is a viral infection at the end of the day. So everybody has to keep that in mind.
Ma'am, that Mangur Hill cases are symptomatic or asymptomatic?
The cases are partly symptomatic, partly asymptomatic. Out of the positives that we have got.
Okay. So how many like?
Well, that is not meaning, it's not a division that I would like to say right now. There are people who are symptomatic in that particular group. There are asymptomatic people
And
also.
second thing is that TrueNet reports are coming at least after 2 hours.
Mm.
So you already tested 200 people, samples you have collected.
TrueNet results don't come after every 2 hours. We put a certain number of samples.
Yeah.
After you put those samples, you get the results. But that is a screening test result. Alright? Then there is a process to it. It takes time. It is not that we will immediately get the results. The process is going on as we speak. I will not talk about anything which is not confirmed. From day one, I have mentioned the various categories. Once a case is confirmed, only then, meaning there are many cases that we have to keep in mind, many possibilities. Once there is a confirmation, only then will I share those numbers with you. So I will not speculate on any other numbers, but the confirmed numbers, I will be more than happy to share with you.
Does this 6 confirmed case also include a doctor?
No, that I can confirm because this has become a cause for concern for many people. No, the doctor was TrueNet positive yesterday. That's exactly why I'm saying that I will talk only about confirmed cases. He was TrueNet positive, but he is not confirmed. In fact, he is confirmed negative. He's a confirmed negative now, so there need not be any additional concern for people because of that. Thanks for raising that. I
So
wanted to mention it.
out of 8, 6 are from one family and 2 are neighbor.
That's right.
मैडम मंगूर हिल का वजह से लोगों का माइंड में कुछ बैठा हुआ है कि अभी अपकमिंग 8 तारीख को ये चेंजेस हो रहे हैं ना एसओपी, उसमें कुछ क्या चेंजेस लगेगा चेंजेस करने के लिए?
वो अभी भी टाइम है. गवर्नमेंट सारी चीजों के बारे में सोच समझ के एक डिसीजन लेगी.
स्टेट गवर्नमेंट
ऑफ कोर्स, क्योंकि सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने तो अपना बता दिया है क्या खुल सकता है क्या नहीं. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को वो भी बताया गया है कि आप अगर और कुछ करना चाहते हो आप कर सकते हो. लेट स्टेट गवर्नमेंट टेक अ कॉल. वी विल शेयर विद यू एज एंड व्हेन द
चेंज
डिसीजन
हो सकता है ऐसा लग रहा है.
वो जब स्टेट गवर्नमेंट डिसाइड करेंगे हम आपके साथ जरूर शेयर करेंगे.
Just to have a clearer picture, yesterday 2 tested positive.
That is right.
And today 6.
Yes.
So out of these 8, how many belongs to that family?
He's already mentioned it. 6 family members, 2 neighbors. It will be very clear in our media report today, media bulletin. It will be clear. The demarcation will be given clearly.
There is still fear about the truck drivers who are entering from outside states about this they may have come to contact with people. That you have put in place one monitoring system. You can trace the movement of vehicle,
Right.
wherever they are involved. How it is working and what is the status on it?
You see, that information is valuable to us once we test somebody positive, or at least in the screening we get a lead. Then we can find out where all that person has gone. But randomly, the data is there for us to be used as and when we require.
How long this containment, ma'am, you intend to?
So the containment zone has certain specific parameters and guidelines laid down by the ministry. Those will be followed. But the first task is to ensure that, as to the extent possible, we are able to test and we are able to negate the possibility. This is our first effort. How long is too early? It's too early now to comment on that.
Another point, now you said that the SOPs obviously will come after the 8th, but
Before the 8th.
yeah, okay,
Yes.
before the 8th. But CM had made statement that interstate transport will not be allowed. One. Second thing, some media report I saw also that he said that hotels will only start after a month. Anything official regarding that? Or?
Whatever the Honorable CM has told is in the public domain.
Yes.
When there is a decision to be shared, when we are authorized to share a decision, we will definitely
Will
share
come
it
as
with
part
you.
of the SOP.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Do we have a special team of doctors or health experts to trace the source of virus in Mangur Hill? Or
You see, our IDSP is the Integrated Disease Surveillance Program. Every time we have a communicable disease like this, our IDSP team does the background work. So they analyze the data. All our entire health department is closely involved. Even today, Urban Health Center at Vasco. Similarly, our sub-district hospital Chikalim, the doctors of these hospitals are actively involved even in swab collection. But the data analysis is done by our IDSP team, led by Dr. Utkarsh Bedurkar. Alright?